We can't hurt our sparring partners because we need them. We need
For the
rounds.
next fight?
Yeah, we need rounds. So what happened? We spar, and then next sparring we can't find sparring partners because they don't want to show up.
He was just beating them up, and I was like, "That's sparring?" He says, "Yeah." I said, "That's the full force." Do you think it's more of an advantage that he hasn't lost yet? But don't you think that sometimes fighters got cocky when they're undefeated? What do you think of Lomachenko? How much is physical performance and mental performance?
You know, I was confident, I was cocky. Like
Yeah.
I said, I only need 2 rounds to knock this guy out. And after 2 rounds, I was the one who almost got knocked out.
Do you think Tyson Mike would be destroyed with the position right now with Tyson Fury, Joshua, Usyk, Wilder? First of all, I want to thank you for coming. That's a pleasure to have you. And I believe from the behalf of all Lithuanians, all the Lithuania, I want to thank you for being a part of what Eimantas has become and what he has done. So the first ever Lithuanian boxing champion, and you had a huge role in this. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I want to say thank you. Thank you for having me, and it's an honor to be part of Eimantas Stanionis team, you know. You know, he's a very good fighter. A lot of trainers that are very interested to work with him, and he chose me. So that for me, it's like big achievement to being a trainer.
Can you tell me what is so special about him? The talent, the hard work, the mentality, what?
Eimantas Stanionis is a very special fighter. First of all, his discipline, you know, his discipline is unbelievable. Work ethic, work so hard, and talent. He got the talent and the heart that never gives up. He always challenges himself. He always like strive to do better than yesterday. So that's the best thing about him.
So he loves the sprints to the hills.
Yeah. He always challenges himself. Like in the middle of training, when he gets tired, he always push. Like he always say, if I quit here, I'm gonna quit in the fight. So I will never quit here.
How did you meet?
I met him after Olympics 2016. So he went to Wildcard and he was training with Freddy. And I was with him also. I was assisting Freddy. So it's like me and him together like made good chemistry. And that's the beginning of
Of the relationship.
yeah.
And now you're his head coach, right?
Now, yeah, I'm his head coach. Because when he moved to Texas to try training with Ronnie Shields, and Ronnie Shields is a very good trainer, but I think Eimantas is looking for something, like, you know, like he feels like home.
In LA.
In LA, yeah, over there, he said it's very hard to find sparring partners. So he called me, and I asked him, why me? There's so many trainers, good trainers. And he told me, Marvin, from the beginning, I know you are the right person for my training. And then I was thinking, oh, this is a big responsibility. If I say yes, I have to commit. I need to take care of him. Then, like, I asked myself, and then I called him. I said, let's go, let's do it.
So for a coach, that's a huge achievement, right? To have a world champion.
Yes, of course. Eimantas is my very first world champion. Like, we made history together. He always told me, Marvin, you are hungry as a coach, I'm hungry as a fighter. So you and me will make history. Then we made it happen. April 16, 2022.
Yeah.
Nowadays you can get almost everything with just one click, including your supplements. But do you actually know what is inside your supplements that you use daily? I always preferred quality over quantity. That's why I stick to Cage supplements since day one. Do you know why? Let's just look at the label and you'll find out. For example, let's take a look at this whey isolate and check the ingredients. It says whey protein isolate, natural flavor, sea salt, prohydrolase, cinnamon powder, stevia, sucralose. And that is it. No artificial flavorings, no artificial dyes, colorings, and etc. For example, let's take a look at this pre-workout that I've been using for a while now. It has no stimulants, it has no caffeine, so it's non-stimulant one. It has the BCAAs, it has the citrulline, it has the taurine, it has the coconut water powder, and etc. It doesn't have any artificial dyes, artificial colorings, artificial flavors, and etc. It's so good. But if you prefer more energy during your workout, you can get this pre-workout with natural caffeine, which is far more better than the synthetic one. I've been using Cage supplements since 2016 and I highly recommend it. Go to cage.com, use discount code APOLLO, APOLLO, and you'll get 15% off store-wide of all the products. I promise you, you're gonna love it. Now back to the podcast.
What's next for him?
Next for him is, there's a lot of very good fighters at 147. I think that's the best weight class besides heavyweights. So I believe in him, I have faith in him. So no matter who they put in front of him, just give us time and we'll be ready.
But the last fight was kind of hard for him, right?
That
the
fight,
split decision?
Yes, that fight was very, very hard because I know the opponent. He's a very good fighter. And we believe it was a 50-50 fight in the beginning. When we were training, I said, this is a real fight now. And that guy, Butaev, can beat either the main event, either Spence or Ugas that night. He was very good, but that night we were just better. We prepared very well, and you know we had like we are hungrier. Like we really want that win that night.
When you first saw Eimantas, did you already realize that he's gonna be a world champion? But be honest.
First time he came, I told him he's not like, you know how he looks.
Yeah.
He look like a kid.
Yeah. That's exactly. Eimantas, I'm sorry, but you look like a kid.
Yeah,
who can
he showed
punch.
up. I said, 147 is gonna be hard. You know, I look at him, and then he said, I think you need to go down to 140.
Yeah.
So it's easier competition. And like, you know, wait. You know, I've seen a lot of fighters, very good fighters, world-class fighters. You know, and then first day sparring, I saw him. I watched him. Oh, me and Freddie Rhodes was like, oh, this kid can fight. He's a very good fighter. And then every day he shows up like he wants to kill everyone in sparring.
Yeah, I've seen
like
this.
he's young. He's like he wants to prove that he's the best.
Yeah.
He's better than any of those guys. And then later he learned, like he said, like you don't have to kill everybody. Especially when we're getting ready for a world title fight, I said, we can't hurt our sparring partners because we need them. we need
For the
rounds.
next fight?
Yeah, we need rounds. So what happened, we spar, and then next sparring, we can't find sparring partners because they don't want to show up.
Really?
Of him.
They
Yeah.
refuse to come?
Yeah. But later he knows how to control, just work and get the rounds. So I'm very thankful that a lot of fighters help us last camp.
I've seen Eimantas beat the shit out of Scottish people in Lithuania, in Kaunas, and other people. He was just beating them up. And I was like, that's sparring? He says, yeah. I said, that's the full force? You're kidding me? He says, no. What the hell?
No. Yeah, that's like, he doesn't feel, even if we are working on the mitts, right? I'm catching his punches.
Yeah.
Sometimes he it's like instinct. He let his hands go like hard. I said, easy. He said, no, that's not hard. Look at me, I'm so tiny. This one punch, I'm gonna break my bones.
Is that true that coaches have the problems with the wrists?
Yeah, most of them, wrist, elbow, and for me, my upper back, my neck, yeah, because catching punches, it accumulates,
Yeah.
breaks you down. But now I learn, I have technique to catch punches, and you know, there's always alternate. Besides mitt work, we have heavy bag, and we have different type of boxing drills.
Yeah. What about his plans? Is he returning this year? Because he told me that he would like to fight autumn or winter. Is it true?
Yes, yes, that's his schedule. I believe in his contract he have like 3 fights left.
Under
So-
his contract.
Yeah, so I think that fight's gonna happen in 2 years, less than 2 years. So I hope he fight 3 times this year.
And actually, next for him is gonna be Spence or Crawford if they fight, right?
Yeah, that's the thing, because on papers they must face him.
Yeah. On papers.
Yeah, the winner of Crawford and Spence. But if that fight is not gonna happen, Spence must fight Eimantas.
Yeah.
That's per WBA. So now we will see. We have to wait. You know, that's gonna be the promoters and managers' job. Our job is to get ready whoever they put in front of us.
Do you think Spence and Crawford will fight eventually?
Right now, I don't see like anything that, you know, this fight is not gonna happen. But it's boxing. Anything can happen. You know, there's always one thing.
Are you into the MMA or just boxing as a fan?
Oh, I don't follow MMA, but I have a couple friends that like fight in MMA, so I watch them.
Because I'm like I'm a big MMA fan, the UFC, the Bellator, etc. For example, in UFC, when there are two guys, this one's the best and this one is contender number one. So eventually they're gonna
They
fight.
yeah.
But in boxing, for example, Fury, Joshua, they never fought and they would never will, I believe.
Yeah,
That's insane.
I know, but in boxing we have 4 organizations,
Yeah.
big organizations, maybe 5. So it's very difficult, you know. When we always have choice. Like if we don't fight the mandatory, we can fight for something else. We can vacate the title and we can still be world champion. That's the problem in
You
boxing.
can vacate the title and still be the champion.
Yeah, and fight for different organizations. I mean,
That's awesome.
the sanctioned bodies, you know. But you know, once you become a champion, you're a champion. So
You ready for Spence or Crawford? Doesn't matter for you?
you know, at this stage of Manta's career, you know, we can't turn down anyone, because I believe we can beat anyone. We are not famous as these other champions, but skill-wise, talent-wise, we are on top too. So whoever they put in front, I believe we will beat them.
Do you know there's another guy from Lithuania, Egidijus Kavaliauskas?
Yeah, I know.
He fought Crawford. Did you see
Yes.
that fight?
Yeah, I saw that fight. He hurt Crawford.
That was
Yeah, he hurt
he need,
him.
right? That
Yeah.
was a knockdown.
That was a
Because a lot of
knockdown.
people say no, he just slipped.
No, it was a knockdown.
That was a knockdown. Okay.
That's my opinion. It was a knockdown. I watched it. And Kavaliauskas is a strong fighter too.
But I believe he's done. With all the respect, I believe he's done.
He still have left. Yeah. But he's not on his best now.
But he got one shot, he lost the fight, and kind of that's it.
Yeah.
Are you not afraid of Eimantas going the same way? One fight.
No, Eimantas is only 27 years old.
Yeah.
We only have 15 fights. So he's not on his peak yet. But I believe 100% that he can compete with the best. And the good thing about Eimantas is he's still getting better. You know, he's not on his peak, he's getting better. So every fight he's better. If you watch level of competitions, when he step up, he does better. Every time he fights someone better, he does better.
Do you think it's more of an advantage that he hasn't lost yet, or would you like him to lose, for example, when he fought 2 or 3 fights in the beginning of his career? Because the loss usually is a good thing for a fighter, right? Or am I wrong?
It depends how you use it. You know, some fighters, they can take the loss. Then that's it. It's over. But for me, we don't need that.
Right now, of course, you don't need it.
Why you lose?
No.
Yeah, I mean, why you want to lose? You know, I mean, every fight must win.
Yeah.
It's like the last fight. He slowed down a little bit, and so Eimantas, this is it. You know, there's no more tomorrow.
Yeah.
The opportunity is now. So he finished strong. He showed him.
But don't you think that sometimes fighters got cocky when they're undefeated? For example, I don't know if that's true, but from my point of view, Joshua versus Ruiz, I believe he's got a bit cocky in that fight, and he got knocked out.
Overconfident. Look, Eimantas is a very smart person. He knows. Like before the fight, he always tell me, anything can happen. And I always remind him, I have faith on you. We're only gonna go to the right direction. Because the way he works, the way he shows up at the gym, he feels like he's always underdog. He's always like,
that's good for him.
Like, I might lose. So that's a good thing about him. When we spar one time, I told him, Eimantas, when you become a champion, I don't want you to be like this guy. You know,
when you look at the competitors, you mean, right?
Yeah, like, you know, arrogant and, you know, special. And I said, Marvin, never. I'm still the same, you know. Like, I'm so happy, I'm grateful. Like, after the fight, he always called me, like, every decision. I thought he's gonna be busy, I'm gonna let him go. I'm gonna relax now. But he calls, like, Marvin, I wanna say thank you for everything from the beginning. Like, I'm one of the first people that he called before he celebrate. So I respect that. Like, me, I'm quiet. I'm not a camera guy talking. I'm always like, I always do my job. It's all business. And after that, you don't see me like being there, show my face. But Eimantas, he always appreciate that, you know, I'm always next to him anytime he needs me.
Have you ever thought of him going down or up in the weight division? Because in boxing you've got 3 or 4 pounds, and that's a division, right?
Yeah, I don't think so, because he's growing, and he's a big man for 147.
Yeah,
I see him moving up, but going down, I think it's a little bit difficult because you have to sacrifice the performance when you cut weight also.
Do you think Terence is so good, or just the competitors are not that good?
No, Terence is good. He's a very good fighter. You know, he's one of the best. But, you know, competition, I think, you know, he didn't fight anyone like, you know, on his level yet.
Except Egidijus Kavaliauskas.
Yeah, except Egis. But, you know, he's good. But I think we can beat him too.
The fight with Spence, I believe, will put all the dots on.
Yes, I hope that fight is gonna happen. I'm a fan too, so I wanna see that fight.
And then the winner will have 4 belts.
Yes,
because the Eimantas belt is not that belt that everyone wants, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be an undisputed match, you know. But we are in a very good position because we are number 1 for WBA, because they wanna cut the super champion, just the one world champion, and we are in very good position. And I know we are on that level. We are world-class fighter.
4 belts. He's got a lot of.
If they offer that right now, it's great, you know. I know we are gonna be ready. Eimantas will be ready.
But there has never been a unified champion at 146, 147, right?
For a long time.
For a
yeah.
long time.
Undisputed, I mean, yeah. Now, unified champion is Errol Spence, because he got 3 belts.
Yeah, but Crawford has another
Crawford has 1.
Yeah.
So, if they fight, then there will be undisputed
Yeah, if
world
they fight.
champion.
Then Eimantas takes
And
all the belts.
I hope they fight him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be hard. You know, the way he performed, a lot of fighters don't want to fight him.
Have you seen the Canelo and Bivol fight?
Yeah.
What do you think of it?
It's a very good fight.
For who?
No, for both of them, but I know that Bivol is advantage. He's bigger.
Yeah.
He's a very good boxer. He has great footwork. You know, because Canelo is strong, but you know, when you use your feet, he can't really reach you.
That's exactly.
Yeah, because I was with Bivol for a long time too. I've seen him. I work in his corner until he became a champion. So I was there in Vegas celebrating too with him.
What do you think will happen if the fight happens between the Canelo and Golovkin, the third fight?
Yeah, they should fight, because
Yeah.
that's like,
That's the only option. They
yeah,
have nothing to do.
yeah.
Left.
But if he wants a rematch with Bivol, then same thing is gonna happen, in my opinion.
But between Triple G and Canelo, who's gonna take it in your opinion?
You know, it's still a 50-50 fight.
50-50.
Yeah,
Golovkin is 40 years old.
I know.
He's still
But
good.
he's strong. He's smart. And Canelo, you know, he's been winning. He's been winning. So just like what you said, you know, you keep winning, you get too comfortable
Yeah.
and overconfident. So sometimes things are not good, you know.
But again, the opposition of Canelo is not that perfect.
Some of them, yeah.
Some of them.
Yeah. There's always someone who can beat you. That's why you have to, you have to appreciate, you have to protect what you have when you're on top. Because a lot of people, a lot of fighters wants to be on that position. So you have to train harder when you're on the top.
What do you think of youngsters, for example, the one, how is his name? Gervonta, and the other one, the young guy.
Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, Ryan Garcia.
Gervonta is a very good fighter. He's very solid, strong. He gets skills, footwork, and
But he-
good people behind him.
But no opposition
And yeah,
at this moment.
at this moment,
Just like with
yeah.
Ryan, right?
Yeah, Ryan is a very talented guy too.
His body shots or
Yeah,
something from
good
all over
left
the world.
hook. Wow. Those guys are, they're good. You know, they know how to promote.
Yeah.
They're stars, but they need to fight to see, like, if they can really fight. Especially Ryan Garcia. He's not tested yet. You know, he fought some guys, but that's it.
What do you think of the heavyweights? For example, the last fight with the Fury and Wilder. Not Wilder, sorry. Dylan White. So he knocked him out, and he said that's his last fight. Do you think he's going to come back, Tyson?
You know, once you're a fighter, it's really hard to walk away from the sport.
How's that?
Especially you are on top. He's number one. So you
One
can
belt.
say,
He's
yeah,
got only one belt.
I know, but
I know who's got 3.
Usyk.
Yes.
That's gonna be a very good fight. I wanna see that fight. Usyk is a southpaw. I think they're gonna fight. It's
You
just
think so?
a matter of time. You know, it's money talks.
What are the chances for Tyson and for Usyk?
I like Tyson Fury, but in my honest opinion, I'm
For Usyk.
for Usyk.
But Tyson is a phenomenon, right? He's so tall.
Yeah, he is.
He's fat. Let's be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah,
And he's so quick.
he's quick. Yeah, he's
Wow.
big, but Usyk, he's lighter,
Yeah, he's smaller.
he's
lighter.
quicker, and he's a southpaw. If you notice, when Fury fought a southpaw, if you remember, he got caught.
Yeah.
and he struggled. He still got the win, but he struggled. But this Usyk is a southpaw. He's a great southpaw.
He's quick, he's lighter,
And,
he's
and
southpaw,
no one
he's
beats
smart.
him yet.
When
They're
you
both undefeated.
When you were watching the fight between Usyk and Joshua, what were your thoughts? Who do you think would win?
I picked Usyk in that fight too. You know, but in the beginning, I know Usyk was feeling him, like he was worried. He was worried that he might get knocked out, or
Yeah.
you know, because that was his first title fight
Yeah.
in
With the big guys.
heavyweight, yeah. But in the end, he got confident that he could have done more. So when there's rematch, I think Usyk will do more damage too.
I'm a big fan of Usyk, and he's a great guy. I like him like a personality. I like his boxing style, etc. And I was rooting for him. And I remember I was watching that fight. My hands were like sweating like hell. And when I see that the 12th round, he almost knocks him down.
Yeah.
In like 7 or 6 seconds
Oh,
left,
yeah,
the
I
timer's
saw,
gone out, and like bibbing, that's it.
I saw
was like,
that.
5
I saw
seconds.
that moment that he almost stopped him. He almost
Yeah.
knocked him out. Yeah. For me, Usyk, I know Usyk. You know, we're not friends, but I know him. I'm a fan of him too. I believe in his talent. He's a very good fighter. He's world class, #1 in the world, in my opinion.
And all the things that are right now in the Ukraine, he's been to the Ukraine army for, I believe, for a month. Now he's gone.
Yes.
He's preparing for a rematch for Joshua.
yeah. I hope the rematch is gonna happen so he can move on and
Yeah.
get the biggest fight.
He trains with Papachenko.
Yes.
So we've got another Ukrainian phenomenon.
Yeah, the trainer, the dad of Lomachenko,
Yeah.
is unbelievable also.
What do you think of Lomachenko? Will he ever get his titles back or no?
He will. Because last fight, you know, he hurt his shoulder.
You mean
He was not.
with Lopez, right?
Yeah, he was not 100%. But he's still there. I think he's still #1, lightweight.
He demolished his last 2 opponents. Just
Yeah.
demolished.
Yeah,
The
he's still-
Japanese guy? Oh my God. That
Yeah,
was a
he's
murder
still-
in the
He's
ring.
still #1.
Yeah.
He have a lot of fights, but the damage that he was taking in the fight is not much.
There was not,
He
there was not
defense
much.
and he
damage.
have no wars.
If he's gonna fight, I believe he's gonna fight the Kambosos Jr., right? He's good.
Yeah, I hope they fight. He can get his title back, and I think he'll be undisputed at lightweight.
As a coach of a world champion right now, can you tell me how is the preparation going? For example, you know that the opponent gonna be this and that. Do you watch the fights? Do you watch tapes? Do you have notes?
Yeah, I watch all these welterweights, especially in our Eimantas promotions.
Yeah.
So like there is more possibility that he's gonna fight those guys. So I watch him just like last night. Boots Ennis fought and he knocked the guy out in the first or second round. So I was watching him. I analyzed his strength and his weakness, the habits. So and then we study, and then me and Eimantas, I don't like. It's not just me to give the strategy. It's me and him. We talk. What do you think of this? And then we have to agree. You know, sometimes he tells me something I don't agree because I explain.
Got it.
And then I tell him, we have to do this, we have to do that. What do you think? He'll try it, and if it's gonna work, okay, we'll do that. But sometimes he feels, oh, Marvin, I'm not comfortable. Maybe change. And then we have to change. We need to meet in the middle.
So you don't have the last word?
No, and he doesn't have the last word either. So we have that's why we are a team, you know, we are a team. I always guide him, he listens to me, he have faith on me. That's why I can't tell him things that he cannot do. So he always listens when I say something, he know he can do it, then he does it in the fight.
What's the duration of a perfect preparation? 12 weeks, 8 weeks? How much?
If the fighter shows up earlier, it's better. But you have to train him gradually. No, you can't force him. You have long time, you have to do it gradually, not like kill him every day, every sparring. So you have to have the plan. So, because all you need is on the fight night.
Yeah.
You have to be on your peak
100%.
on the fight night, not during training. So
Is it difficult to achieve? So the peak form?
For
on that
Eimantas, no, because I know him very well. So I study him, and you know, he practice even if he's away, he's at home. He's been training. So when he shows up, he's always in shape. Then I check in sparring how he does, and then we adjust what's next, the next day, next week. We adjust. Sometimes he feels like he's overtrained, so we slow down, and then back on track.
You were assistant coach working with Manny, right? Pacquiao.
Yeah, Freddie and Manny brought me over from the Philippines 10 years ago.
What's he special about? What's so special about him? The mentality as well, or he's just one of a kind?
Yeah, Manny is, no, he's gifted. Like he
Physically, mentally?
physically, mentally, and his heart. You know, he got knocked out many times, get back up like same, nothing happened. His will, you know, his will to win is different from other fighters.
Do you think he got the fight with the Floyd not that early? He was not in the peak shape already?
You know, there's a lot of things happen that fight. You know, there's a lot of distractions, a lot of, you know, that night it wasn't his night. That's it. But that's boxing. Eh? Anything can happen. Sometimes you step in the ring, like it's not the right night. It's not the right time.
And for example, percentage-wise, when a fighter steps into the ring, how much is physical performance and mental performance? Or 50-50?
Should be 50-50. You have to be healthy when you step in the ring. You have to be 100%. But
that's impossible,
there's always,
right?
yeah, there's always something happen. There's always. Sometimes you get sick, like a couple days before the fight. Sometimes the beginning of the training you have pain, injuries. Then you can't like maximize your performance in training. You can't be on that peak, you know, as a plan. So there's always something, you know.
You see, I'm a father. My son is 3 years old, 3.5 almost. And one of the most difficult question for me is how to, for me, first of all, how to understand who is he, what are his talents, and etc. You have had 3 fights professional, and you said in one interview that you understood that that's not for you. How did you understand that the fighting in the ring is not for you?
You know, I was a member of national team for 4 years, like 10 years in amateur. I tried, like, I got the skill, I got the talent, but the fighting, like, spirit,
Yeah,
like,
it was absent.
you go there, like, in the beginning, yes, but later, I can feel the pain when I get hit. Like, you give up. It means it's not for you. You don't love it. If you love it, you're willing to die, you know, in training, in the ring. Then the reason why I turned pro, because I met Freddie and Pacquiao. They want me to help them in training. So
Yeah.
I need experience. I need experience. I need to know how it feels with the small gloves, no headgear, long rounds. So I tried. In the beginning, I worked hard, I trained hard because I didn't know what to expect. So I won, and the third fight, you know, I was confident, I was cocky. Like
Yeah.
I said, I only need 2 rounds to knock this guy out. And after 2 rounds, I was the one who almost got knocked out because I was so tired. And then in the middle of the fight, I started asking myself, why am I here? Why am I doing this?
Do you have time in the fight asking these questions?
Yeah, like you're in the middle of the fight, you're getting beat up, you're so tired, like you feel helpless, you know, but you're embarrassed to quit because you look around, you have your friends, your family is watching you. You know, it's like quitting is like biggest sin in boxing.
Yeah.
You know, people will remember that forever, and it's as a man, it's very hard to take. So I told myself, okay, I'm just gonna die here.
Really?
Yeah, and then thank God I survived.
Really?
I'm
Thank
still
God.
alive.
Yeah.
You know? And after that, I learned my lesson. I said it's not for me.
You've been
Fighting
to
is not for me.
you've been to street fights, right?
Oh, a lot. Oh yes.
Is it different to be hit in a street fight and in a boxing match?
Yeah, it's big difference. You know.
What's the
In
difference?
street fight, you can.
Well, it's lasts like for 30 seconds.
Yeah, and you can cheat. You know, you can run away.
Yeah.
You
can
hit
punch in
him,
the
run
nuts.
away. Or if you can't, you know, you try to fight and you're getting beat up, you can ask for help. In boxing, we have rules.
Yeah.
You know, we have rounds. We have referees, and you cannot quit. So that's the difference.
When you get hit in the head in a boxing match, the more you feel pain physically or mentally? Because I've never been to a boxing match.
When you get hit on the face, you don't really feel the pain. But when you get hit to the body, it's more painful. So when you get knocked out, you don't remember. You don't remember the pain because you are out. But when you get hit to the body, it lasts forever. It's very painful. And if you lose, it's more painful in your heart. You know, when you step in the ring, if you win, you are like superhero. You know, people like praise you.
Cheers,
If you lose, not just you, your family lose too.
How come?
You know, you're hurt. Your family, the people that loves you, are more hurt too. So it's not just you that you lost. It's all the people that loves you. You hurt them more. You know, like you know the feelings, especially if you have your own family, you have your wife, you have your kids. You know, the kids, when they see their dad getting beat up, it's very painful for them.
Yeah, I often see that UFC fighters bring their kids to their fights.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, you can submit guy, for example, really choke him and etc. But once in a while they go to a 5-round war, like the blood is everywhere. And the kids, like 3 years old, 5 years old, 10 years old, they watch, and I believe that's not good for children.
That's why I tell especially my own fighters, you know, we talk like, you know, talk trash to the opponents. But you know, what is your goal for this fight? Your number one is just to win the fight, to get the win. That's it. When you get the win, you don't make fun of others. You don't make fun of your opponent.
When you win.
Yeah, because you know, you have to respect. Because without them, you're not a winner. Because you have no opposition.
Yeah.
And remember, when you win, like you beat all of them, the family, the people that love them. So it's you always praise them after the fight, because our goal here is to win the fight.
But not to hurt the opponent.
Yeah, it's just business. It's not personal, you know. It's after the fight. That's it. Peace.
Do you like trash talking?
No, it's part of the job, you know. We need to sell the fight, but at the end of the day, respect is number one in this sport, because we are role models, you know. Kids When they grow up, they want to be like us. They want to be a fighter or they want to be a trainer. So we have to be, like we have to show them how to be a good role model, Because we unite because of the sport. We know a lot of people because of boxing. I meet a lot of people because of boxing. I feed my family because of boxing. So we have to love the sport. We have to respect each other, but not in the ring. We have to do our job in the ring.
What do you think if, for example, Spencer or Crawford is gonna trash talk to Eimantas? Will you respond? Will you talk about it?
Of course, I will answer. Of course, but in a good way. I will tell them that let's see in the fight. That's it. We don't talk outside. Especially Eimantas, he doesn't like trash talking.
Yeah.
He never trash talk. But his confidence is like up high. Like
he knows he's gonna hurt him.
I just want to see you in the ring. That's it. That's his answer.
2 days and 3 days.
I just want to see you in the ring. That's it. He will show you how to. He let his fist talk.
Yeah, but trash talking, just as you said, it sells fights.
Yes. It's it's part of boxing. They make it more interesting. But we have to be smart with it. We have to keep it between fighters. Don't involve
the family,
loved ones.
Is it a big insult for Philippines if, for example, your opponent insults your family? Because, for example, for Lithuanians, Americans, they do it.
We have
almost every day.
We have privacy. We don't involve our family in this sport. We have to keep our family away, because it's fights. It's like fight. It's a fight in the ring.
Don't touch my mother, right?
Yeah, of course you can't do that. You can't do. When you trash talk, don't involve the family.
Tell me about the Philippines. How's the country? Because all I know is it's a beautiful country. There are a lot of tourists and etc. But from the inside, because you were living in the Philippines for 30 years.
Yes. Yeah. Philippines is a great country. People are very welcoming. If you go there, you're a tourist. People will welcome you. We have great place. The resorts.
Yeah.
Islands, and it's safe. It's a safe country. For tourists, and people there are very kind.
And you've got a president in the Philippines, right?
Yeah, our president now. We have. We just finished our election.
Yeah, Manny didn't win.
Manny was number 3 for president, but people, they have the right to vote.
And Manny got to the election. Why? He wanted to change something drastically. The problems in the Philippines.
Manny Pacquiao he came from nothing.
Yeah.
And he just wanted to help because he came from nothing. He know the feeling of being poor, being nothing on the table. When he wakes up, he have to work and get money, get food. So he gotta move first before he's able to eat.
Yeah.
So his dream was to help. That's it. For him, politics is just it's just a way. So he'll able to help other people. He was able to help his countrymen. If you are just a private person, it's very difficult because there's so many people, and his money is just. He got a lot of money, but that's not enough to help the whole country. That was his goal, to help the people.
How come does Philippines have so many boxing fighters and etc.? Is it a national sport like football in Brazil?
It's not. Boxing is like one of the best way to be able to be able to
To climb the ladder?
Climb, yes,
Okay, got it.
to have a better life in the future. But if you see, most of the boxers from the Philippines are from nothing,
Yeah.
poor, because that's the only choice they can have. If they want to go to school, they can't because they have no money. There's no support. So boxing they see it like opportunity. So that's why there's a lot of Filipino boxers. They're great boxers also.
But that's a hard opportunity because you're going all in almost, because
Yes.
your life is at stake,
Yes.
literally.
And, for them, it's like, this is the only choice. What can I do? You die from hunger, or you die trying and give an honor to your country. And not even 50% they become successful.
Yeah, yeah.
But most of them try to become a champion.
Just like in Cuba, have you heard when back in, I believe, 80s or 90s, that so-called the pyramid, how the
Yeah.
wrestlers were training in Cuba? That was insane. They had like the opposition between the kids, the children, was
Yeah.
insane. For example, the one who's the strongest, who wins the wrestling matches, he got better food,
Yes.
some other opportunities, and etc. That was unbelievable. But
Yeah.
once again, we see so many good wrestlers from Cuba.
Yeah.
But the way they did it, I don't believe that. I don't think that's great for
Yes,
for
it's
health.
It's like you have no choice over
Yeah.
there. In the Philippines, we have choices. We are a free country. That's like USA. So if you want to be great, you have to do it yourself. You have to strive. If you love it, then you can do it. Unlike in the other countries, like you have no choice. You need to do this. You need to fight. For us, it's up to the fighter. If he wants, if he stop, he stop. If he wants, then fight.
Yeah, but the boxers who earn money are like 1%. Not that much, because there is a myth that all boxers are millionaires and etc.
Yes, in the Philippines, you fight $1,000 per round. So 4,000 is like $100. 4 rounders, $100.
Is it a lot of money in Philippines? Can you buy, for example, food for 1 week for $100?
Food, that's 1 month.
Oh,
Because it's cheap. If you live in like province area, like farm area, it's cheap because the food, it's, you plant, you have
you grow your own food, yeah.
farm, animals. You can ask your neighbor too. If you don't have anything, you can ask for rice. They'll help you. So it's a lot, but of course it's good, but it's not enough. If you have family, of course you can. That's only good for one person.
That's crazy because it's 2022, and there are still a lot of countries in the world that are struggling, and you gotta fight for your own life if you want to succeed, if you want to climb the ladder, if you want to provide for your family, to bring the food on the table, etc.
Yeah, but like me, when I was in the Philippines, I was in a good position as a trainer, because I was working at this gym, Shape Up Boxing Gym. My boss took care of me. I have free rooms, free house, free food, and I have salary. But still, I was not able to. If I had family back then, I can't afford, because it's only enough for me, right? For food, for my daily expenses. So being a trainer or being a boxer in the Philippines is not easy. It's not. There's not enough support for us to.
From the government, you mean?
Yeah, the government, other people, and because it's not just boxing, it's not just sport. The government have to support all of Filipinos, so it's very difficult. I hope this next president will able to find ways.
Well, as far as I know, Eimantas got zero from the government. Zero.
Yeah.
And he's not just a regular guy.
Yeah.
He's the one and only, the first one.
Yeah.
Zero.
Yeah, some
Hell.
you know, I wish they give like honor to this guy, first world champion, because he Lithuania now is, you know, more people know about Lithuania
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they saw Eimantas.
Yes. They know, well, I've traveled the world. The Lithuania is known for Žydrūnas Savickas, the strongest guy in the world. Guinness records holder and etc. 8 times, I believe, the strongest man in the world. Then Lithuania is known for Arvydas Sabonis, that's a basketball player.
Oh, okay.
That's huge. And number 3, I don't know. I hope Eimantas will become the undisputed, and they will tell like, where are you from, Lithuania? Lithuania, who? Stanionis? Yes, I know this guy.
Yeah, we'll keep making history, you know, for Lithuania. And also for Philippines too.
What do you miss? What do you miss the most in the Philippines?
I miss my family over there, and when you know, living there is more simple, relaxed. You know, here is more work, obligations. You know, you have to pay.
Was it
expenses is expensive over here.
Was it a hard shift for your mentality when you got to the US, that you gotta pay for almost for everything?
No, when I came, I'm blessed. I'm so lucky. When I came, I have apartment for free. Freddie Rhodes was taking care of me. I have a job right away.
Yeah.
And I got involved with big fights right away. And my knowledge in boxing, especially in professional boxing, was not that much. So I was okay. I came here. I just need to practice my English so I can. I was able to communicate with other people. So that's it. It's not hard. It was not easy, but it was not hard. You know, unlike other people who came from different country, come here and like struggling, looking for a job. You know, for me, I came here. I have Freddie Rhodes, I have Manny Pacquiao.
The two biggest names in the boxing. Almost.
So it's like, for me, it's just, I just struggle how to adapt, you know. I train with you know, like one of the best in the world, and I have to work with 4-rounders. So to adjust to that level is difficult also. But now, 10 years in like, it's like in university, you know. I'm a doctor now, I think, in boxing.
Yeah, in some way, yeah.
Yeah, that's, you know, I'm very confident, you know. I'm blessed that I got the best talent also. Like they believe in me. For example, Eimantas. Like there's a lot of world-class trainers, and he chose me.
Maybe because he's an immigrant, you're an immigrant. I believe you found something in common.
No, it's not just that, but he knows, Eimantas is smart. He knows like what is best for him, you know. It's not because we are friends, you know. It's for his future also. I always tell him, if you see something is not working, let me know. Because even if we were not training together, happy for him. I said, you're gonna be a world champion. Just follow your path. You'll be okay. You know, just be strong. Because you know, boxing is not an easy sport. Not just in the ring, but outside. There's a lot of dramas. There's a lot of problems.
But he's not involved in those dramas.
He's not yet. It's a lot of distractions. You know, before you see the biggest fight, there's so many things that need to be fixed. You know, the
For
contract,
example, what's
the
left
money.
behind the curtains?
Like the money, the like
training, food.
Training is not a problem because we're okay. Our team is just me and him.
Yeah.
In training camp, just me and him. You only see other people when it's close to the fight, you know. But training, just me and him. Sometimes the Emily comes and she's a big help.
Yeah.
You know, he just need to rest. Emily will prepare the rest of it. Yeah.
Yeah, but you gotta pay for the sparring partners.
Yeah. Now we have to, because, you know.
Are they expensive? For example, how much does a sparring partner for a
Usually
week cost?
we like usually we pay like 500 per week.
500. And
but
how many times a week do they spar?
3 times a week, but the 3 times is not like 100%. Sometimes fighters need to take a day off.
But that's
need
not
to
a
rest
lot
and
of money for getting beat up.
Yeah,
$500.
but it's better than sparring for free, because these fighters likes to work also.
Yeah, but they are professional sparring partners, or they are boxers as well, and they try to achieve world titles and etc.
Yeah, we have, you know, sometimes amateur boxers will show up
Just for practice.
because you need the speed, and you know, amateurs are more aggressive and busy in sparring. We have these experienced professionals that just work on certain things. You know, they don't want to go to war, but they're working on the specific movement that they're gonna use in the fight. So it's more practice, it's not fight in sparring. So we need both. We need those kinds of sparring, the aggressive and the experienced sparring.
The fight, professional fight, is 12 rounds. And when you spar, how many rounds do you spar with, for example, with Eimantas? 15 rounds?
No, we don't go over, because we don't leave everything in the gym and then go in the fight, like suffering or tired, burnt out. So we adjust. Sometimes we go 10, sometimes we go 8. Like it's gradual, you know. We start from 4, 6, 8, 10, and then we go down. Because so we can always get the work in on the heavy bag. You know?
Yeah.
Like after 10 rounds, we kill the bag. If you want to do more, you know, because we don't want to take more
Damage.
punches on the head, because that's the the worst thing in boxing. You get hit. No matter how good you are, you still get hit. Imagine if we spar 100 rounds for this camp, total of 100 rounds,
A lot
and
of damage.
each round you get hit. Let's say you get hit once, so you get hit 100 times. That's for 6 weeks.
That's a lot of
Oh,
damage.
that's every round. You think you only get hit once?
Yeah.
Even if your hands are up, you get hit, your head shakes. So there's always damage. So let's say you get hit 5 times every round. So 100 times 5, that's 500. So a lot of damage. So we have to be smart, you know. We can't be too arrogant, like I can beat him, I beat this guy in sparring, because that's not how you check the record. You see the record in real fight.
Yeah.
That's the goal is to win on that night, on the fight night.
But the plan is to always finish the fight and not leave it in the hands of judges, right? Always.
Yes, of course. That's the number one thing, you know. We always need to dominate the rounds. If knockout comes, then we'll take it. But if not, we just need to win the rounds, dominate the rounds.
Do you think there is ever going to be a fight for Eimantas where you will say, okay, we're not going for the kill. We have to just survive and win by points? Do you think it's possible?
It's our mentality now is not to survive. Our mentality is to dominate. You know, these guys, our opponent might think that, oh, we just need to survive. We just need to finish the round. Our mentality is just give your best every round. Like even if you're winning, we still have to like control every round. So we can't relax every round, because it's boxing. One punch can change everything. And it's hard. The opponent, the pen is the hardest opponent too, especially when the fight goes 12 rounds. So you have to dominate, so the judges and the people will say you won the fight 100%. So we have to give that.
When the 12th round was finished in the fight, with the last fight with Eimantas, do you think, have you ever thought he lost?
No.
Were you nervous?
I was nervous about the decision, but I was happy about his performance because I knew we won the fight. We got the fight, like 8-4 or 9-3. 4 maybe, because every close rounds I give it to the champion.
Yeah.
But we won every round, so I was just nervous when the announcement was ready to.
Yeah, when they saw that split
And then
decision.
I heard the first scorecard. I said, maybe draw. If it's a draw, we don't get the titles. Like, we're here. We missed the opportunity. Because if it was a draw, we're like one step behind again.
Yeah.
To be in the best position. And then when they say the second announcement is Stanionis, I said, I think it's a draw or we won the fight. Then after the announcement, I knew, and then I was so happy. I said, this is it. Sky is the limit. So now I'm excited for his future.
Do you think if he lived in the US, you would have better results? Because he would always be around you?
No, every fight is different, no matter where you live. No matter where you live, because judges are not all of them from the US also.
Yeah, but the sparring partners in Lithuania are definitely not that good.
Oh, you mean with his performance?
Yeah.
I think for this type of fighter like Eimantas, I like to see him only in camp, because I know he worked hard. I don't want him to get tired of training.
Oh, got it.
Like, I want him to be hungry every time he shows up, like excited. No, I'm back. Train hard. He always give his 100% anyways. So I'm not worried, and he's very disciplined. He always texts, send me videos that he's training. I'm the one who always slowly, okay? Easy. We don't need injuries, just maintain, stay in shape, but don't spar, because too much sparring is not good. So I want him to spar when he comes here and we get the full camp. And then we start sparring. Because he's a very experienced amateur boxer. He knows how to fight. When he shows up, we just need to get the timing and pick for the fight.
In your opinion, what is more prestigious, the Olympic gold medal, or, for example, world champion, WBA, BO?
It's different. In amateur, Olympic gold medal is like our #1 goal. Everyone wants that, position.
Yeah, but you can become a world champion like Eimantas without being an Olympic champion.
Both of them are good.
If you have both, that's...
Yeah, it's great. But they're all the same. One achievement, this one is another achievement. So both of them are very important. Me, as a former amateur boxer, I didn't reach it, but that was my goal. I didn't make it.
Yeah.
And now I'm here. So this is the only thing. This is the only choice I have, to make the fighters a world champion.
But money-wise, the gold medal does not give you a lot of opportunities?
The honor and pride for your country is like the best. Sometimes we have achievement that money can't buy,
That's for sure.
So it's the happiness, it's the honor for your country. Even in professional boxing, if this title for Eimantas World Championship, it's for him to give honor to his country in this way, Boxing is the only way for him to give honor to his country. He got the world title, and the very first Lithuanian world champion is amazing. It feels like, and I'm part of it. I feel great too.
Thank you once again.
I'm part of
of history of Lithuania. That's for sure.
For Lithuania, for Eimantas Stanionis.
What are for example, if if people watch this podcast and they'll say, well, boxing, I'm not a huge boxing fan. What are the top 3, top 5 fights they should watch and then decide they like boxing or not?
I was watching boxing before. I love to watch boxing and this and that, but I got used to it. Like I don't see the best fight. I don't see all fights are great fights. There's a boring fight, but there's like war.
Yeah.
A lot of knockdowns, knockouts.
But you watch like a professional, right?
Yeah, I watch
from a
like,
coach point of view.
Because this fight is boring because these guys wants to win. The only way to win is make this fight boring. Because if you're too aggressive, you'll get caught, and your style doesn't work. So it's better for you to box and make this fight boring, because the number one result that you want is the decision, that the win. All you want. But if you're not a fan of boxing, there's nothing we can do. It's people that have choices. If they don't like boxing, it's okay. There's a lot of people, they love boxing. It's great for us. We make money because of the viewers. We get paid because of the people who love boxing.
Who's the most exciting fighter of all time, in your opinion?
Of all time? Because I was a Mike Tyson
fan,
and Manny Pacquiao. I was watching before I met him. I was always excited to watch him. Pacquiao.
Do you think Mike would be destroyed with the position right now, with Tyson Fury, Joshua, Usyk, Wilder?
It's we have different generations, different eras, and the sport evolved. The style. Now we are more science. We study. We have machine, and we have strategy. Back then, they also have strategy, but there's not enough technology to analyze and prepare for the fights. Now we can watch on videos, study the opponents. So both fighters are great in their own era, their own generations. So we can't really compare, Like people said, oh, if this guy was in my time, you can't tell, because it's not the same. It's not the same time. So everything changed.
Well, what I think is when, for example, in the 80s, 90s, maybe early 2000s, boxers, and just like other athletes, they were like, they were not regular guys, they were professionals. But now, just as you said, with science, they're soldiers. They watch what they eat, the supplements, etc., all the cryotherapies, the regeneration. Wow!
Now you can count your heartbeat.
Yeah, machines.
You can slow down. You need to pick it up. And now we have a dietitian. Now we have performance, like diet. We have performance-enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
Now we can hide the drugs. Illegal substance. So there's a lot of things that we need to think. It's difficult sport. Something. These guys better. These guys are quiet, but they work harder.
Then you go on Twitter and
people
screw
go
his
on
mind.
Twitter, it's part of the game plan too. But we are smart. We understand this. I think that's our strength. We understand, we're quiet, and we just study. We look, we observe. That's it.
We can only imagine what boxing or for example, the MMA and other sports are going to become in 20 years. That's something I believe out of
And
this
also
world.
the rules, it changes. Different rules now, But this is, nowadays, I think the rules are better because they care more about the safety of the fighters. So we are alert, like something happened. When you get the license, the medicals are very strict. So that's the main goal, is to protect the fighters, their safety.
Marvin, the last question that I got is the question I always ask all my guests. Let's assume that, for example, the President of the United States is the most powerful man in the world, and he knows absolutely everything. If he doesn't know everything, the CIA knows, and FBI, etc. If you become U.S. President, you become the man that can get the answer to all your questions. What would be your first question that you would like to have an answer for?
If I am the president?
You're the guy that you can get all the answers. What's the first question?
Why we can't get peace? Why we can't be together,
Do you think there's an answer? Why?
That's why I ask. So I don't know the answer, but that's my question, Why we can't just be together? Because we are one. We live here, and we all die. So why when we are living, we can't be just in peace, like together, We help each other, we grow together, and we die together. So everybody will be happy, No more wars, no more killing. A lot of people are suffering because of personal intention. I think that's it.
Amen.
If you like this podcast, please subscribe to my channel, because this means world to me. Also, feel free to watch my other videos on this channel and follow me on Twitter. It's Apollo the Original. Take care.